What's up, YouTube? I hope each and every one of you guys are healthy and having a great day. It was raining pretty hard a little bit earlier, but thankfully it has since cleared up, which is great because today we're going to be doing a little walk around of the 2022 Ford F-150 Black Widow. Huge thank you to Matt Newman over at Koons Sterling Ford for allowing me to do this video for you guys today. If you guys are interested in this particular Black Widow or any Ford product, I'll be sure to have Matt's information on screen as well as in the description box down below. But with that said, let's get into the video. So this video is going to be more of a walk around of what you get with the F-150 Black Widow as opposed to a review video on like a fully loaded XLT F-150, which is what this Black Widow is based off of. So if you guys do want to see a review video of a fully loaded XLT, either with the Sport Appearance Package or with the Black Appearance Package, I'll have those videos linked in the description box down below. But this is going to be, like I said, more of a walk around of what you get with the Black Widow F-150. So like I mentioned, this is based off of a fully loaded 2022 Ford F-150 XLT. So obviously you also do get LED headlights as well as LED daytime running lights and LED fog lights. This particular one has been painted in iconic silver metallic. But what differentiates this Black Widow F-150 from a, let's say, regular F-150 XLT is at the top of your hood is where you'll find your black hood vents with Black Widow lettering. I'm not sure if you can see the Black Widow lettering up top here, but obviously it's the same for that side as well. Another thing that differentiates this from a regular XLT F-150 is your Black Widow specific grille with Black Widow emblem on the lower right hand side of the grille, as well as your Black Widow lettering. And just like any other F-150 XLT, you do get two tow hooks at the front end or at the bottom of your front bumper. This particular F-150 XLT, before it got the Black Widow treatment, was optioned with the $1,005 FX4 package. So you do also get skid plates. And taking a step back and to the right, let's take a look at the outer side of our front bumper, because you do get a trim piece with two fins that lead you nicely into your smooth body color fender flares. So you can see you get your two fins right here, and then you have your smooth body color fender flares. I like how they did the body color fender flares as opposed to black fender flares. I think the body color fender flares just look better, and honestly, in my opinion, they look more mature than what you would find like with black fender flares. I mean, if you guys disagree, I apologize, but that's just my personal opinion. And then just to the right of your fender flares is where you'll find your Black Widow fender vent that is functional. So you do get a fender vent on regular F-150 XLTs, and they are also functional, but you can see, get your Black Widow emblem right there. And then back to over here is where you'll find 35-inch BF Goodrich AT KO2 tires that wrap around 22-inch Black Widow wheels. And then just behind your 22-inch Black Widow wheels is where you'll find your Black Widow red caliper covers. So I'm gonna give you guys like the best view of those caliper covers that I can. But yeah, that's what that looks like. That's what your wheel and tire setup looks like. And I like how it's like your clean black wheels, so you don't have any of like those rivets. I think those rivets look a little bit cheesy, so I like how it's just a solid black wheel. And then just behind your wheel and tire setup is where you'll find your 6-inch suspension lift kit that includes high strength cross members as well as steering knuckles and high strength upper control arms. I'll give you guys the best view of that as I can. So that's what your suspension setup looks like at the front. And then just to the right of your fender vent is where you'll find a spider. This spider is not only on your front driver door, but obviously on your front passenger door. Like I said, the Black Widow is based off of a fully loaded XLT F-150, and this particular XLT F-150 does have the 302A or XLT High, which include these LED side mirror spotlights. So not only are these used as turn signals, but these are also used as spotlights. And then you have your blind spot monitoring on the upper left hand corner of your driver side mirror and on the upper right hand corner of your passenger side mirror. And yes, they are still functional, even though this does have a 6-inch lift. You can see your front windows are tinted, and that is something that you also do get with the Black Widow package. And while we are on the topic, I guess, of the doors, you could include this, because when you open up the doors, you also do get power running boards. And these power running boards really help you get into the interior. You know, I'm not the tallest person, I'm 5'9", and like I said, this does have a 6-inch lift. So when you open up the door, I like how fast they come down. They are AMP Research Power steps, so they are quality, and they just really help you step in and out of the vehicle. I like I said, how fast they come down on certain vehicles that come, you know, from factory with power retractable running boards. They're a little bit slow, but that is not the case here with the Black Widow F150. Again, you got your 22-inch wheels wrapped around those 35-inch BF Goodrich all-terrain KO2 tires, and then just behind those is where you will find your Fox shocks that provide a comfortable on-road ride with great off-road capability. I'll show you guys your suspension setup back here, and one observant viewer may be able to note that this particular F-150 XLT Black Widow does have the $445 36-gallon fuel tank, which you can see peeking just behind your leaf springs back there. So this does have the 5-liter V8, so it probably is going to eat up a little bit of gas, so it probably is a smart idea to have that 36-gallon fuel tank. Like I said, this does have the FX4 off-road package, which we'll get into a little bit when we move into the interior. You do get hill descent control with the FX4 off-road package, as well as those skid plates. You do get the fully loaded XLT, and some people may be disappointed by this, some people may not care, but you do get halogen taillights. So LED headlights, halogen taillights, so that's what they look like. And then taking a look at our tailgate, we have F-150 stamped into the tailgate. You get a Ford emblem, you get a backup camera, and then with the Black Widow, again, you have your Black Widow lettering on the lower right hand side of your tailgate. You also get rear view sensors, and this particular F-150 does have the $1,090 trailer tow package. Your trailer hitch, you get 7-pin lighting up top here, and then 4-pin on the bottom. You can see you can stick your key out of your key fob in there, and that will drop your spare tire under here. Unfortunately, no, you do not get those fancy 22-inch wheels as a spare tire. It's just like the regular spare tire of what you would find on a regular F-150 XLT. And then finally, last but not least, with the Black Widow, you also do get this dual exhaust with black tips. I love how that looks. That looks absolutely menacing. But because this is a truck, we might as well pop down the tailgate. Obviously, you have a slow release tailgate, so press on that and it's nice and dampened. I love how it comes down slow. You get your tailgate step as well as a tailgate work surface. This does have the bed utility package, which is a $695 option, which includes that tailgate step as well as LED box lighting and that tailgate work surface. This also does have the $995 Pro Power on board, which is a 2-kilowatt system, which you will find right here. Here's your LED box lighting. You can see those lights up top there turn on. That light over there turns on, as well as this light does as well. Press that again and they will slowly dim away. This particular F-150 also does have the $350 power rear window, which you'll find right here. I'm not sure if I'm pointing at the right spot. Power rear window. Very nice thing to have, and if you're getting the Black Widow, you absolutely need to get that power sliding rear window. But like I said, we're not going to be doing an in-depth review of the F-150 Black Widow. Just some things that I wanted to point out that do come with the Black Widow. Let me know what you guys think of the Black Widow in the comment section down below. One thing that is nice about getting the Black Widow with the 6-inch lift and all of these different things done already is that you do get a 3-year 36,000-mile warranty with the Black Widow, so you don't have to worry about, you know, your warranty. If you guys get something wrong with your suspension, you can bring it into the dealership. They'll fix it for free for 3 years and 36,000 miles. But like I said, let me know what you guys think of the Black Widow in the comment section down below. But with that said, let's move into performance. Popping open that hood reveals that 5-liter V8 that makes 400 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission, and if you guys were wondering about fuel economy, you can achieve 16 miles per gallon in the city, 22 miles per gallon on the highway for 18 miles per gallon combined. However, that is with the regular F-150 XLT with the 5-liter V8. I couldn't find any fuel economy numbers with the Black Widow and the 5-liter V8, so I would expect to get worse fuel economy with that. Again, you have a 6-inch lift, 35-inch tires, 22-inch wheels, so that's definitely gonna, you know, bring down your fuel economy just a tad. But another thing I guess I didn't mention is that you do get a speedometer calibration with the Black Widow as well. Obviously, you get that 6-inch lift, you get different size wheels and tires, so that's going to affect your speedometer. However, it does have a speedometer calibration, and I had my Waze on the screen with the speedometer in action, and it was right on the money. But if you guys are enjoying the video so far today, please give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm really gunning for 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2022, and I cannot do that without your guys' help. So if you guys would, please give this video a big thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section down below, and hit that subscribe button. But with that out of the way, let's move into the interior. All right, guys, moving into the interior, just like any other 2022 F-150 XLT, you do get keyless access. So all you got to do is have your key fob in your pocket, walk up to the vehicle, put your hand behind the door handle, and the vehicle will unlock. Again, your power retractable running boards will come down to assist you to step into your F-150 XLT Black Widow. But what you do get with the Black Widow are these Black Widow door sills, which I'll peel back just a tad to show you guys that. You can see it says Black Widow, and then you have your Black Widow spider on that. We'll put that back down so it looks like we didn't touch it. And then another thing that you do get with the Black Widow is this leather interior. The leather interior is done by Aaliyah Leather, and you do get stitching on your center seat. You can see that stitching, and then you have a Black Widow headrests on both the front driver and front passenger seat. Like I mentioned, this is an XLT with the 302A, so you do get power front seats, which is awesome. I think it's a 10-way, I believe, 8-way or a 10-way power front seat. This also does have the $610 8-speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system, so that's your Bang & Olufsen speaker surround. You get automatic up and down windows in the front, but you do not get automatic up or down windows in the rear. But let's step into the interior and continue on with what else comes with the Black Widow. So another thing that comes with the Black Widow, which you may be able to see right off the bat, is Black Widow specific gauges. So you have a Black Widow specific RPM gauge and a Black Widow specific speedometer. But let's fire up that 5-liter V8 and give you guys a little bit of a sound clip. Oh man, that 5-liter sounds absolutely phenomenal. Love myself a V8. But that is what your Black Widow specific gauges look like. We'll close the door, and actually maybe we'll leave the door open here for a second. Here are your spotlights for your side view mirrors, so you can turn them on individually right there. That's to turn your Pro Power Onboard on. Press that button twice, that's to drop your tailgate. That's your LED box lighting. Obviously, here are your headlight controls, and then this particular F-150 also has the $170 power adjustable pedals, which you'll find right here. So if I press this button, you can see the pedals are coming towards me. Press that button on top and the pedals are going away from me. This is like a rocker switch, like what you would find on a boat. Obviously, you do get an electronic parking brake, which is awesome. Let me close that door now that we don't need it anymore. You do get a manually adjustable steering wheel. Like I said, this is a 302A F-150 XLT, and to read some of those features off to you guys that come with the 302A XLT include blind spot information system with cross traffic alert, as well as power adjustable front seats. You get this Sync 4 with wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto infotainment system, as well as an auto dimming rear view mirror. You also get heated front seats, which you will find down here. And you also do get remote start and LED side mirror spotlights, like I pointed out to you guys when we were on the exterior part of the video. Like I said, this does have the $350 power sliding rear window, as well as the $995 2 kilowatt Pro Power Onboard system. This also does have the $1,090 trailer tow package, the $610 8-speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system, the $170 power adjustable pedals, the $445 36-gallon fuel tank, as well as the $695 bed utility package that comes with box link, that tailgate step, and LED box lighting. Like I said, basically just like a fully loaded XLT. You have your 8-inch screen in here. You have your 12-inch Sync 4 system right here. I'm going to turn the climate system off. So 12-inch screen with wireless Apple CarPlay, as well as wireless Android Auto. I'm not going to really walk throughout the screen, but like I said, this also does have the $1,005 FX4 package, which includes hill descent control, which you will find right up top here, which is nice. This button obviously will bring up your camera. But yeah, the interior looks pretty much the exact same of what you would find on, you know, like an fully loaded XLT. However, you do get these leather seats, as well as the spider on your 2 front headrests. So driver gets one, front passenger gets one as well. And then obviously your rear seats are leather as well. So it's not a cat skin leather, it's actually called a Leah leather. But yeah, I mean, obviously get your gear shifter that will go down for you if you press that button. You get a USB-A port, a USB-C port, 2 cup holders, a great spot to set a phone. You get 2-wheel high, 4-wheel high, and 4-wheel low. You do not get 4-wheel automatic because you do have to step up to a Lariat to get the 4-wheel automatic. Integrated trailer brake controller right here. Pro trailer backup assist. Obviously, you got your volume and tuning knobs and your climate control stack. You get your heated front seats with 3 levels of adjustability. So driver gets one, passenger gets one. 12-volt power outlet over here, as well as a 120-volt household power outlet. Upper glove box up top here. You can fit 5 or 6 sausage McMuffins horizontally. You get a locking lower glove box. But yeah, like I said, I'm not going to walk too in depth with the video on the Black Ops. If you guys do want to watch an in-depth review of a fully loaded XLT, like I said, I'll have those linked in the description box down below. But I do want to show you guys those rear seats quickly before we move into the driving portion of the video. So you can see door panel looks pretty much the exact same of what you would find on the front. And then again, you get your leather upholstery with some accent colored stitching here in the rear. You can fold these seats up here. You get tons of flat storage space. And again, amp research steps reach your rear passengers as well, which is very, very nice. And you get 2 cup holders here. You get 2 cup holders on that door and then 2 cup holders on this door. So you get 2, 4, 6 cup holders total if you guys get the Lariat, which I don't think you can with the Black Widow. You also get a center fold down armrest with 2 more cup holders. 12-volt power outlet right here. Opening this up, you get a USB-A port as well as a USB-C port, and then just to the right of that, you have a 120-volt household power outlet. And obviously, you get a seat back pocket behind the driver's seat back pocket behind the passenger seat. But, you know, like I said, we're not going too in-depth with this video. So we've talked about the exterior, we've talked about the performance, and now we've talked about what's going on here in the interior. So I want to see what this thing's like to drive, as I'm assuming you guys do as well. So I'll see you guys in the driver's seat. Before we get into the driving portion of the video, I do want to throw up the window sticker of, you know, like I said, the fully loaded F-150 XLT that the Black Widow is based off of. So I'll put that on screen right now. And while we have that listed on screen, we might as well talk about the MSRP. So with the window sticker on screen, the MSRP of this particular Black Widow is $94,160. But with that out of the way, let's move into the driving portion of the video. All right, guys, for the part that I'm assuming you guys have been waiting for, the driving portion of the video. And this thing actually drives surprisingly well. I have the power sliding rear window open for the sound of that big old 5-liter. So let's do a little acceleration. Sounds fantastic, especially with that rear window open. One thing that if you guys do own trucks and you do have a V8 or you have a, you know, an EcoBoost that sounds good, a little trick is that you can open up your power sliding rear window just to get more of that exhaust note. It's a little secret that I learned while daily driving a Ram TRX. It is a lot of fun to have your power sliding rear window open. But back to the Black Widow, I wanted to say that right off the bat, yeah, and this has to do with the suspension, is that yes, this does ride more firm than a regular F-150 XLT. However, considering that this thing has a 6-inch lift and it's also riding on 22-inch wheels, this thing rides very, very well. I've driven other vehicles with 6-inch lifts, and they just, you know, they ride super firm. They don't handle very well. And that's where this thing really shines, is that, yeah, it is more firm than what you would find in like a regular F-150 XLT with a stock suspension. But I mean, come on, that's pretty obvious when you're getting something with a 6-inch lift. It also handles very, very well. Like, I went around a couple turns, not like fast or anything, but just like normal speed, and I noticed just how well this thing maintains its composure around turns. It remains very, very flat, so there's not like a crazy amount of body roll, which is something that I really like. You know, something that I expected when I first started driving this, or actually before I started driving this, was for this thing to have a ton of body roll when going around turns and stuff like that, because it's got a 6-inch lift. The, you know, center of gravity is much higher on this as compared to, you know, regular F-150. But it's something that I noticed like pretty much right off the bat going around the first couple turns in this, is that it maintains its composure so well. It remains very flat when going around turns, so it doesn't feel you know, uncomfortable when going around turns. It doesn't feel like you're gonna flip. It feels just very, very solid, which is something that I really like. And you know, a lot of people are gonna be like, you know, why would I spend, you know, X dollars on getting a Black Widow when I can build it myself? And the number one reason that I can tell you that you would want to buy a Black Widow is because you get a 3-year 36,000 mile warranty when you purchase a Black Widow. So God forbid if anything goes wrong with the suspension or anything with the drive shaft or anything like that, it's covered by your factory warranty, which is very, very nice. We'll do a little acceleration here again. We got a first gen Raptor behind us. Love that 10-speed transmission. The 10-speed is so quick. It just fires off those shifts. And you can see the first gen Raptor creeping in our rear view mirror. And you can see how small that thing looks compared to us in the Black Widow, which is kind of crazy, because if you're just driving in, you know, your regular vehicle and you have a first gen Raptor pull up behind you, you're like, man, that thing is a big menacing vehicle. But when you're in a Black Widow with a 6-inch lift, you're like, man, that thing looks a little bit small. Yeah, it's a little bit wider and stuff like that. But another thing that I like about the Black Widow is that, yeah, you do have those fender flares, but I do think those fender flares actually look pretty good. Like I said, I like how they're body color and they're not black, because when you throw the black, they start to look a little bit tacky in my personal opinion. But also, even with those fender flares on, I'm looking over, you can see there's still a little bit of poke with your wheel and tire setup, which is something that I really like. When I'm looking at trucks and stuff like that, I mean, I wouldn't put fender flares necessarily on a truck that I would build, but you can see if this thing didn't have fender flares, those tires would be sticking out quite a bit and you'd probably be getting pulled over a decent amount. But I like how even though they put those fender flares on, there's still a little bit of poke, which is, you know, the perfect stance in my personal opinion when it comes to setting up trucks with a wheel and tire setup in a lift kit. You want to see at least a little bit of poke. Like, you know, when you put fender flares on and there's no poke, it's just kind of perfectly flush, you're like, okay, well, you know, that still looks good, but you know, you want a little bit of poke to give it more of an aggressive wide stance, which in my opinion, this thing looks perfect stance wise, because it's got a little bit of poke even with those fender flares. And you know, normally I'm not a fan of fender flares, as you may be able to tell, but like I said for the third time now, I really, really like how it has the body color fender flares. It looks fantastic. It looks, you know, pretty much stock in my personal opinion, because if you look at other F-150s, the body line around the fender flares kind of complements having fender flares installed on it, because on a regular F-150, it's kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but it kind of goes in a little bit to give you, you know, the appearance that it has fender flares, even though, you know, a regular stock F-150 does not. It just kind of looks like it would, and then you can just put those right on and it fits absolutely phenomenally, which is what it looks like on this Black Widow. And I love how composed it is again when, you know, driving down the road. You know, we're not doing any sporty, crazy driving or anything like that, but, you know, just in day-to-day traffic, which is, you know, where I think you are going to be driving your Black Widow. I really don't think that many of you guys are really going to be doing off-roading, and I can't speak to, you know, the off-roading capability of the Black Widow because I haven't taken it off-road, but the on-road characteristics and the on-road you know, handling is very, very good. It's not too jarring. The suspension, yeah, the suspension, like I mentioned, it is a little bit firm, but it also, you know, it's got a little bit of cushiness to it. So you don't want something to be too cushy, because then you're just like floating all over the road. You don't want something that's too firm, because then you're just going to be beaten up, you know, driving down the street. So this is, you know, the perfect 50-50 between firmness and comfortness. So I think the suspension was tuned very, very well from Tuscany, which is who builds the Black Widow. And I believe Fox owns Tuscany, which is what I was told today. I didn't know that. But yeah, very, very good suspension characteristics, very good driving characteristics. Still has some nice turn in, so it's not like what you would find on like a 3/4 ton Ford, where, you know, there's a pretty much dead space for the first like inch or two on each side when you turn to the right or the left. This thing points in, points that way, points this way, and it does it very well, so you don't have to, like, you know, drive like this just to try to keep your truck straight. Very, very nice driving experience behind the wheel of the Black Widow F150. I love you got the 12-inch screen with wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. It's still a very, very nice truck, even though it is an XLT. It's a fully loaded XLT. It's the perfect mix of luxury with usability, in my personal opinion. You know, you still get the Bang & Olufsen sound system. But back to the Black Widow, rides very nice. I love, you know, just the whole XLT. It's very nicely equipped. I like the look. I love the body color fender flares, and I like the way that it drives. So that's it for today's video, guys. If you guys did enjoy the video, please give this video a big thumbs up. Please leave a comment in the comment section down below and let me know what you guys think of the Black Widow F150. I'm curious to hear your guys' opinions. But like I said, that's it for today's video. Please give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section down below, and hit that subscribe button. I'm really trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2022, and I cannot do that without your guys' help. But like I said, that's it for today's video. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.